Unto thee, O Yah, do I lift up my soul. Unto thee, O Yah, do I lift up my soul, O my Yah. Will I trust in thee? Let me not be ashamed, let not my enemies triumph over me. Well, unto thee, O Yah, do I lift up my soul. Well, unto thee, O Yah, do I lift up my soul, O my Yah. Will I trust in thee? Let me not be ashamed, let not my enemies triumph over me. Well, unto thee, O Yah, do I lift up my soul. Well, unto thee, O Yah, do I lift up my soul, O my Yah. Will I trust in thee? Let me not be ashamed, let not my enemies triumph over me. Well, let me not be ashamed, let not my enemies triumph over me. Hallelujah. Let me not be ashamed, let not my enemies triumph over me. Praise the Most High today. Let me not be ashamed, Abba. Let not my enemies triumph over me. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. It is another absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, family. We're so glad to see it. So glad to be in the land of the living. Living, breathing, finding our very being in the Most High today. Saying hallelujah, what a glorious day it is in His presence. Waking up with a right state of mind, the activity of our limbs, as the text says. Well, as we used to say in the church, having full activity of our limbs, being able to walk, talk. See, I can't take these things for granted, family, because there was a time when I couldn't walk and talk. I had to relearn those gifts, because that's actually what they are. They're gifts, and they're not to be taken for granted. Just like this new fella I found over there on YouTube, and I'm going to share his page. He has a speech impediment, and the Most High has been using him of late to motivate me. He was like, this could have been you, but I gave you the activity of your tongue again so you can talk again. And just because you slur a word every now and again don't mean you can't get out here and do what I called you to do. See, he's doing it. He's even singing with the speech impediment. And it's nothing to take for granted. I say praise the Most High for it. Because that puts fire upon me, family. It puts fire upon me. So I have to pass along that same fire in this idea today. And it's, what have we said? I hope everyone is well today and that you're able to get out like myself and enjoy it. Getting in some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good exercise. Pardon me. Okay, that's better. But the idea is, allow me to speak through you. Allow me to speak through you. We have a problem right there, don't we, family? The text says, the idea says, allow me to speak through you. Family, allow means to give someone permission to do something. It also means to give the necessary time or opportunity for. Synonyms of the word allow is let, permit, leave, authorize, empower, which I like that one a lot. Approve, endorse, and license. So what is the Most High trying to speak through you that you are not allowing him to speak through you today? Could it possibly be your testimony? What he's brought you out of and where he's taken you to up to this point in your life. Because just as I said, we could take it for granted all we want, but that don't mean he hadn't done it. And when we really seriously look back over our lives, we have to admit it and say the Most High truly have done something special for me. He might not have recovered you from a stroke like he did for me, helping you to be able to talk and walk again after 3 toes amputated. And family, that's the 3 strongest toes on my foot. So they left me with the little pinky toe and the ring toe, if it was a hand. So it's them 2 to balance myself off of. And that's why I have had so many problems with it. We praise the Most High for it. Because all it is a stepping stone. Oh boy. Because with the temptation or with the trial, he always makes a way of escape. So with your troubles, that's what it might as well say. With every trouble, there's relief if we turn to him. And then once we are at the heat of the moment or out of the fire or out of them deep waters, that he says, I'll be with you when you go through the waters. Once we're out of them and we shake ourselves off and get dried up and warm again, then we have to turn back around and see who's out there in the waters and start throwing our life buoy out. Say, here you go, catch this. Let me pull you on in. Because that's what it's going to take in this final hour. The text says we overcome him by the blood of our Lamb and by the word of our testimony. Oh boy. So in reality, it's saying we don't overcome him if we don't, we're not covered under the blood of the Lamb. Of course, that's powerful. That's the most important part. But we're not being lifted up by our brothers and sisters, which the text says to exhort each other daily while it is day. So that's my call, to come out and exhort my brothers and sisters and give a word of encouragement. And also to give a word of warning that you must line up with this word of the Most High or you're going to hell. And nobody wants to talk about that part no more, but it's true. Just because we ignore it don't mean it's not true. And we did a recording about that a while ago. Just because you ignore it don't mean it's not true. But let's get into some text. But let's ask that question one more time. Why won't you allow the Most High to speak through you? Because he's saying today, allow me to speak through you with an exclamation mark. I was like, Pop, I am. In what way am I not? And let's look at the text. Psalms 119, 43 through 48, which we all know is the rule book. Where folks hear that Psalms 119, they're like, oh Lord. Oh Lord, Robert, you mean I gotta follow some rules again? Yes, indeedy. For sure. This is a great book to read consistently. It's quite long, but it's good for you. Like castor oil, like cod liver oil. We hated taking it when we was kids, but afterwards we felt a whole lot better. But we're reading Psalms 119, 43 to 48. Never take your word of truth out of my mouth, for I have put my hope in your laws. I will always obey your laws forever and ever. I will walk about in freedom, for I have sought out your precepts. We gotta stop right there, family. The text says, I walk about in freedom, for I have sought out your precepts. So when folks say, you can't keep all them laws, there's over 600 some odd ones, you can't keep all of them. This text here says you a lie. because it says I walk about in freedom. So I'm not held under by keeping the laws. I'm freed up by keeping the laws. I'm not bound up by the laws. This is freedom. Because when I follow them, I'm doing the right thing. Therefore, I'm reaping the good that comes from doing right. I'm not breaking the law, which we'll read about later. Most High willing, we're going to do a second idea. But once you line up with his laws, then you're staying free. And we see that by where we're at now in the lands of our captivity. Us bruised, Yasharal, because we followed after other Elohims, other gods, like the good Lord. That was a good old okie doke. Sweet Jesus. Change his name, you change his entity. You change his name, you change the person. Some folks don't like this talk, but we're going to get into it deep in this next idea. I will speak of your statutes before kings and will not be put to shame. For I delight in your commands because I love them. Why would you love some commandments? Why would you love some laws? Why would you love some rules? Because it's the blueprint. It keeps you out of trouble. It keeps you out of bondage. What a grand idea today. I will speak of your statutes before kings and will not be put to shame. For I delight in your commands because I love them. Didn't he say, I want to speak through you? He said your gifts and talents will put you before great men. But you gotta allow him to speak through you. You gotta allow him to speak through your testimony. Speak through what you've been through. See, family, that's the only thing different about each and every one of us. We all share the same word of the Most High, but our testimony is what puts our fingerprints on it. Our testimony is what put our fingerprints on the Most High's word. So you might as well say this is the book of Robert. Chapter 1, verse 2. The first verse is always put the Most High first. And then here come Robert's testimony after that. And this is what it would turn out to be. I reach out for your commands, which I love, that I may meditate on your decrees. Oh boy. Family, how powerful is that? He's saying he sought out his precepts, which has made him free. Let's read it. I will walk about in freedom, for I have sought out your precepts. I will speak of your statutes before kings and will not be put to shame, for I delight in your commands because I love them. I reach out for your commands, which I love, that I may meditate on your decrees. Why, family? Because this is what gets us over. This is what helps us with Hasatan. See, the text did say by the word of your testimony. What word of your testimony? Yes, it's your testimony, but it's the testament of the word working in your life. We can stay on that for a minute, but let's look at Acts 18:9 through 11. One night the Most High spoke to Saul in a vision. Do not be afraid. Keep on speaking. Do not be silent. We can stop right there. For I am with you, and no one is going to attack or harm you, because I have many people in this city. And the Most High reminded me of the text. There's more with you than against you. When he opened the eyes of the prophet's assistant, I think this was Elijah's assistant, Elijah. He prayed to the Most High and asked him to show him who he was with, in the famous words of Bernie Mac. Who you with? And the Most High opened his eyes and he saw there was angels of fire surrounding the mountain. On the top of the mountain, they was on surrounding those that were surrounding them. Praise the Most High. Family, just as Elijah's assistants' eyes were open, I also pray that our eyes will be open to see that there's more with us than against us, to see that we're encouraging more people than we're not, just by simply telling our testimony. Family, once we are emboldened by the Most High's word, which means to give someone the courage or confidence to do something or to behave in a certain way, we will allow him to speak to us and then through us. But it takes studying to show yourself approved before you're willing to open your mouth, because you're still going to have fear. But he said, fear not, for I'm with you. He said he'll never leave us or forsake us. And then he's empowering us with his words, so we should be bold, like the word was just given, emboldened. Praise the Most High. So Saul stayed in Corinth for 1.5 years, teaching them the word of the Most High. You see how it happens, family? When we're willing to open our mouths, see, Saul had to get knocked off his high horse, family. Uh-oh. I'm finna step on some toes, and yes, I said fitting to. I'm fitting to, which means I'm getting ready to step on some toes. See, a lot of us, family, have been on our high horse and not wanting to let the Most High speak through us. See, Saul had to get knocked down because he was on a higher level than he thought he was on a higher level than he actually was. So the Most High knocked him down to put him on a higher level so he can tell the real truth. Because he had a form of godliness, but was denying the power thereof by killing off the Most High's chosen people, his own folk. And that's what we see a whole lot of today. A whole lot of our folks saying they of the Most High, but they still caught up in Christianity, still spearing out mess and trapping our people even further. And thinking they doing right, as the text says, they think they doing the Most High a favor by kicking you out of the synagogue and putting you to death. But the Most High is trying to kick some of us off our high horse, and we holding on tight to the horse. We don't want to let him go, so the Most High about to knock the horse over and you. Oh boy, we don't like to hear that. But he's gonna get his words out of your mouth one way or the other. He's gonna get you to submit. The text says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that he is the Most High. He is the master of all. Hallelujah. So when the Most High is asking us the question, allow me to speak through you, our answer should be yes, sir. No problem. Yes, sir. Allow me to speak through you. And I say, yes, sir, Father, speak through me. Have your way. You be the potter. I'm just the clay. Have your way. Hallelujah. Have thine own way. Have thine own way. For you are the potter, and I am the clay. Have thine own way, have thine own way. You are the potter, and I am the clay. Hallelujah. But take thought, family. He's saying, do not be afraid, but go on speaking and do not be silent. Never take your word of truth from my mouth. Never take your word of truth from my mouth. For I have put my laws in, for I have put my hope in your laws. No, sir, don't take your love away from me. Just like King Dawid said, don't take your Ruach HaKodesh from me. Don't do it. I need him. Praise the Most High, family. Do stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.